4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ranch and New StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the final match in Group B with Ro32. Bigfile MSL 2010 summer season. We're going to have Midas against Really, a rematch from the first set on Oddeye 2. We're going to have Really at the bottom right-hand corner in blue. We're going to have Midas at the upper left-hand corner in brown. There's a joke going on in Iceland. It's been going on for a while because of our lovely neighbors of the sea called UK. Into their, I believe, former Prime Minister Brown now. We have t-shirts all over the place. Well, we had t-shirts all over the place saying brown is the color of poo. Next to it was a Brown's portrait in brown on a white canvas t-shirt. And next to him was a nice drawing of a poo. So, and the letters, brown is the color of poo. Pun, double entendre. Actually, I don't think that's a double entendre. But anyway, want to give a quick thank for people out there that keep correcting my things that I say. Apparently, it's pronounced long-winded, not long-winded. Or was it the other way around? Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's long-winded now. I think because I'm pretty sure I always used to say long-winded before, and apparently that's wrong, so it's pronounced long-winded. So shout out to the guy that told me that. This is awkward. What was his name again? I have his nickname, like, right there. Right there. Yeah, Human Grenade. There you go. Yeah, shout out to you, dude, for correcting my English-speaking stuff. So anyway, on to the match. Both players probably going to play standard. This is Oddeye 2-player map. Could offer some interesting stuff because of kind of the absolute middle of the map being nothing going on there. Just a little bit of liquid sea stuff. And really looking forward. The first set was really, really impressive, and I really liked it. Was very anticlimactic, and that was disappointing because you thought, oh my god, really he's going for Valkyries, and Battlecruiser is going for Valkyries to counter the fact that Midas has a humongous amount of stuff. Now, actually, Midas is probably going to go for 14cc Audacious. So, yeah, this could be actually a 2-player map, and Oddeye seems to be a map that, despite being a 2-player map, you kind of go for risky crap anyway. I see Zergs and ZVZs go for 12 hatches on this thing all the time. So, it doesn't really surprise me that Midas would go for something like this. He's hoping to get that quick economic edge going and just use that right from the get-go to dominate the waves. What waves, you may ask? The airwaves, sir! Anyway, one fact into Expo, apparently on the opposite side from Really. No surprise, actually. We're going to see how long this time around Midas holds off on the Scout. I don't know, but what is that? Was that okay, bugs and stuff. Why bugs? Or was those humans jumping? And more letters that look like dudes. Even one letter that looks like a face. And one letter that almost looks like a swastika. And a circle, and something that looks like a volleyball net. I don't know what's going on. And he's pointing towards 3 little dudes that are walking in a conga line. I don't know what's going on. The Korean language confuses me, man! But I believe that those languages are actually based around, you know, what the signs actually look like. I'm more proficient with Japanese. More proficient, not at all proficient or knowledgeable, but more proficient anyway. So, weeboo! Let's see. Really keeping that SCV in there, trying to be annoying, trying to delay that factory, definitely seeing what his opponent's up to, knows he has to try to do some sort of delay. So we're either going to see him go for a quick double expo, trying to pick up quick additional base, maybe go for that 4 o'clock position, and try to pick that up quicker. Make sure that he has his third up quicker than Midas has his. Meanwhile, now Midas actually finally managing to push really back as he puts down his own natural expo. Push Midas back. Midas, meanwhile, now just getting his SCV scout. Gonna get pushed back to getting stuck there a little bit on the ramp. Getting pushed back by that Marine. No surprise. Starport, meanwhile, also coming up here for really. So he's going to have a bit of a tech edge to start things off. But Midas's economy is going to kick in sooner. So we're going to be seeing him probably building 3 factories. Getting to 3 factories much sooner than really will. Really has another SCV. Okay, that was Midas's SCV. I'm thinking about meanwhile now getting picked up by a vulture just to make sure he doesn't do anything silly and sneaky. But Starport going to be up, so we do see apparently really thinking of going for an early vulture drop. Might be seeing that. Or might be going quick move into Wraiths, although vulture drop, he's having a few vultures out there. I think that might be the case. Trying to get the vulture drop in there quickly. Try to do some harassment. Midas, of course, has not read what really is doing, so he actually has no idea. So it actually might be a good idea for go for a drop and catch. Midas unaware, try to lay down the hurt. Meanwhile, Midas has a bunker at the front to defend himself with that Vulture's not going to be able to get there. The control tower coming up, so I think I read this correctly this time around. Oh my god, Ranchin reads the moves of the game correctly? Oh, world's going to end tomorrow. Or 2012 anyway. And Savior will destroy everybody in 2010, was it? 2009, I'm sorry, 2009. Savior will destroy everybody in 2009. So, it's going to happen, man. I don't care if 2009's already gone by. Savior's still going to destroy. I don't even care if he's been, forced out of StarCraft into retirement and is on trial right now and is going to be stripped of all his titles that he worked so freaking hard for and sacrificed just for a little bit of extra cash. He's still going to beat everybody in 2009, man. Don't know why that little off-topic thing happened, but it happened. So Academy coming up for, I think that was Midas. Wraiths, actually. So, yeah. Thought it was dropships, so no, of course. As always, it is Prove Ranchin Wrong Day, and I'm never allowed to be right. If there's an opportunity for me to be wrong, it happens. I don't know if it's karma, but it's something. Comm Sensation just now coming up, so he's going to be trying to be ready, trying to get that scout in as quickly as possible, and get himself ready for some sort of action. Also, Comm Sensation is going to be a big help against those Wraiths coming in, although might want to be hurrying to his armory to get some Goliath stuff going on, because single turrets, Goliaths are much more effective against Wraiths than single turrets. You need that additional maneuverability. Sure, turrets add that detectability, but overall not enough. Midas meanwhile now floating in his barracks trying to get a scout out. The Wraiths meanwhile are out. Upgrade, I believe, just finished cloaking, so Midas might be in a significant amount of trouble if he's not careful. Meanwhile, milling around with a bunch of vultures out there, gonna try to put on some pressure. I'm not quite sure if he's scouted that starport yet or not. Still floating in the barracks and planning on a lot of mines here, though. I think he finally... I don't know. Did he spot that or not? Can't quite see whether he did. But does see those two Wraiths come inside. They do have Cloak on, and meanwhile just going to start killing stuff. Aren't Cloak at the moment, but I think Cloak is ready. Yeah, there we go. Cloak hits in. He has a couple of Goliaths, so Midas ready for this. Gets a scan off. Going to be able to push this back. If he had Charon boosters, it would be a little bit more effective. Would have actually probably been able to take one of those Wraiths down if he had that. Another scan goes off. Definitely try to pick some of those up and trying to. It will be annoying to make sure that really can go for that second expo quickly. It really, meanwhile, actually has a lot more tanks out there alongside those Wraiths, so it does have a bit of a tech advantage. It does have a siege up as well, but can't actually move out too far to those mines. Not even sure if he really knows about this. I assume he does. If he doesn't, he's actually going to be a little bit of trouble. Really, meanwhile, has a few mines of his own that Marine was lucky enough to walk into. Meanwhile, Goliath going to do the same. Okay, not. Just one Goliath walking around. Oh, mine under my feet. Okay, never mind. Not mine under my feet. Thanks, Jacob. No problem, Bob. Jacob and Bob. And their merry band of Goliath piloting friends. I'd read that. I'd watch that show. Maybe. If I'm bored enough, anyway. So Midas, meanwhile, just playing a bit more defensively, just trying to make picking off his third base right now and trying to make sure that he denies really his own third. So he's kind of really would have maybe tried to get some harassment done with those Wraiths. Hasn't managed to do that. And by going for that extra attack, meanwhile now finally pushing out, picking up some of those